Good day, everybody. Welcome back. This is Michael Levitis from jurisq.com. We are a legal network where we have attorneys in different states, different practice areas, educating our viewers and our listeners. And today we're back with our personal injury guru of Ohio, specifically Dayton, Ohio, Kevin Attkisson, a personal injury lawyer. Welcome back, Kevin.
Thank you very much. Great to be back with you.
Thank you for your time and again explaining to us all the pitfalls and things to do after a car accident or a truck accident in Dayton, Ohio. And today, let's talk about that. Let's talk about truck accidents in Ohio. What do you see as an attorney that does this every day with truck accidents? What are the types of compensations, types of defendants? What are the different nuances between that and a car accident claim?
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you. And yes, my law firm handles many truck accidents, and in particular accidents that happen with commercial vehicles like semis. And we're in an interesting geographic location here in Dayton, Ohio. We are at the crossroads of two main interstates. Interstate 75 is north and south, goes right through Dayton, Ohio, Montgomery County, as well as a main east-west interstate, Interstate 70. They both intersect in Dayton, Montgomery County, Ohio. So and obviously on the interstates, there's a lot of commercial traffic and semis, and we handle a lot of accidents involving semis. First and foremost, when somebody gets into a wreck with a semi, sadly and unfortunately, big trucks tend to cause more serious injuries and unfortunately at times deaths, and these trucking companies need to be held responsible for the harm that their drivers cause. You know, and we see cases where the truck drivers are overworked, even though they're supposed to keep logs and only drive a certain number of hours in between, having a certain amount of time of rest. We see where that's not necessarily followed, and it can lead to very dangerous situations. But when it comes to trucking accidents, aside from just there being obviously more catastrophic injuries most of the time, there's also multiple defendants. First, you have the actual truck driver himself. You've got the person behind the wheel who's actually acting negligently. But behind the scenes, you've also got the employer of that truck driver. It could be a big trucking company. There could also be the actual, you know, the person who is setting up the logistics and having the merchandise move from here to there. That they could be a potential defendant as well. So all of those things need to be investigated to make sure that we're finding the responsible parties, be it the driver, the logistics company, the trucking company, and finding out who their insurance company is, so we can fully investigate the accident and fully compensate our clients for what happened to them. Also, when it comes to trucking accidents, if they're more serious accidents, a lot of times we get investigators involved, and the police and the highway patrol tend to do more detailed crash reports. We might call it a crash reconstruction. And we have our own investigators who we get involved in that to maybe do our own accident reconstruction, or at least closely monitor the investigation that's being performed by the authorities.
Mm-hmm. And just to emphasize, these investigators, they're not cheap. Who would pay for these investigators? The client, or does your firm pay for it?
Well, and I know individuals, and I know companies, and we hire them ourselves, and we have relationships with them, and we know that they're very experienced, and several of the investigators we use are actually former law enforcement, former highway patrolmen who actually have years of experience in that field and now are in the private sector and are qualified as accident reconstructionists. But yes, my law firm retains these folks to help us understand what happened, and more importantly, prove what happened, and prove that the truck and their company is at fault for these. But yes, we retain them. We pay the fees up front, and to make sure that the accident is fully investigated.
Perfect. Thanks, Kevin. Kevin, let me ask you a follow-up question. In your experience, because the injuries could be so, like you said, catastrophic, large in a truck accident, Do you see these cases, they settle more, or you have to go to actual trial to get compensation for your clients, or it's same
No.
as car accidents?
It can happen either way, and whether or not a case has to go to trial, they're all very fact specific for the individual cases. But either way, we will handle it in the manner in which our client is best represented and fully compensated. If we have an insurance company who's handling one of these trucking cases, and they don't want to pay a fair amount of what we think should be paid to our client, we won't hesitate to take them to court and handle it that way. Hopefully, they will understand that the seriousness of the situation, and we can get a resolution without going to trial or going to court. But we are always prepared to do that if necessary, and we don't hesitate as well.
Okay, Kevin, very good. Good to hear. Thank you so much for your time, for educating us on truck accidents in Ohio. And for our next session, I want to talk about motorcycle accidents also in Ohio. There are certain nuances where it's different a little bit from prosecuting or litigating car accident cases or truck accidents cases. We're going to hit that next. Thank you for your time. And again, I want to just emphasize for everybody, this is just general information. If you want specific answers to your questions, if you were injured in a truck accident in Ohio, please call the attorney. The attorney is Kevin Attkisson. The phone number is on the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Until next time.
Great. Thank you.